What's going on YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Last Cloudia video, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to actually download Last Cloudia if you'd like to, and this also goes for any other Japanese game you'd like to try. This is going to teach you guys how to do it on an emulator though, and you can actually do this on any Android device as well. However, if it comes to iOS, it's a lot more complicated and it's a pretty big pain, so I'll let you guys deal with that. And then I'm going to teach you guys how to reroll pretty fast on Last Cloudia and what you guys should actually be looking forward when you guys are rerolling, okay? So the first thing I need you guys to do is go to the link in the description below and download the QOO app, and it's going to be a .apk. And when you guys download that, it'll look like a little APK file. You're either going to drag and drop that onto your Nox or your BlueStacks, whatever you guys are using. I recommend Nox for playing this game, and I'll have a link in the description below for that as well. Or you can go over and click on this plus APK. Either way, drag and dropping or putting it in there, either one is going to work. After that, you're going to go ahead and open QOO app, however it is, and it might prompt you to log in. Now, in my, I never log in on this. I just normally get out of that. It's as soon as you log it in, or as soon as you install it, you go out of that. You don't have to log in, and it should allow us to go into the QOO app and download. And essentially, what the QOO app is that it is your Play Store for anything Japanese game related, essentially, allowing us to open that market up and play with those games. You're going to see in here it's going to work just like your normal app downloading system. We're going to go into the search menu. We're going to type in Last Cloudia. We're going to hit enter. Go ahead and find that game there. I know this thing keeps popping up, but those are going to be the QOO app things. And we're going to click download down here, and that's going to go ahead and download the game for you. Once that's finished, which it shouldn't take too long actually, it's going to load up here on your Nox. One of the things you guys want to be aware of when doing this, we're going to go ahead and click install and let that go through, give it whatever permissions it needs. Your Nox needs to be rooted. So how you do that is you go up here to, there's a little cogwheel at the top here you can't see on my screen, but click the little cogwheel for settings and then click root, and you'll have to restart. But make sure you guys have that rooted for what we're going to do when it comes to rerolling. So next up, we're going to go ahead and load into Last Cloudia. It'll take a little bit to load up, not too bad. Excuse me. And again, you can download any of the new games that are coming out in JP. If you guys see something in Japan you guys really want to try out, hang out and play, that's really the way you can do it. And this can also work on your Android phone. It works exactly the same way. But here we are on the Last Cloudia menu. We're just going to click touch to start. We're going to agree to all of this. This is going to be the TOS and stuff like that. We're going to click the green button. You're going to pick a name. We're going to call it Claic for this time because we're making an account for me. We're going to go ahead and say, yes, that's what I want my name to be. And we're going to let it go through. It's going to ask you guys, hey, we want to download this much. You're going to say, yes, that's fine. And then it's going to play this cool little cutscene, and then it's going to start downloading. Now, this is the only time we're going to have to sit through this download as long as you can root your phone. If you're on an actual Android device, like at home, I've never messed around with rooting an actual phone, so I'd be careful about that. For emulators, you might want to do a little more research, but for emulators, this is how it's done. Obviously, you just delete the emulator and reinstall it if you mess anything up, but the root access allows us to get into the files and delete like the account data, so we don't have to download this big mess again because it's already downloaded. We're going to be able to go, and I'll show you guys that in a minute. We're going to be able to go in and delete like the user data and then get right back into it without having to download this and reroll. You guys will see how fast it's going to be once this is done. But overall, guys, again, I'm having a great time playing this game. Again, I cannot wait for global version. But, you know, we're going to sit here and play Japan for a little bit. I've had a lot of you guys come to the Discord and say hello and hang out. And we're building a little community here, which makes it get a little bit giddy, makes me smile. So if you guys want to be a part of that, look in the link in the description below as well for my Discord server, where you guys can come and ask any questions you might want or might need to ask and get some help from us as we move forward. So it's going to do this. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to be a little laggy for the beginning because it's got to get all that stuff loaded. And then you're going to get into some story cutscenes. It's going to take a minute to load up, like I said. You're going to get into some story cutscenes, and we're going to be able to skip all of those pretty quickly. So as soon as it starts loading, click skip, click the green button. It'll load another one. You're going to click pause at the top. When it allows you, it takes a minute to load in. I'm just clicking at the top, click skip, yep. And then it's going to load into the tutorial. Now, one of the things I want to say about this is we are going to skip this tutorial. However, even if you skip the tutorial and you end up keeping an account, it'll probably make you do the tutorial anyway. You can skip it a few times to see if it lets it go, but eventually I just did it, so I didn't have to worry about this anymore. But we're going to go ahead and click OK, and then we're going to click back on your emulator or your Android device. See this back button? Click back. It'll bring you to this menu. Click the red button, click the red button. That's going to get you straight past the tutorial, game over, you've lost, and get you straight into summoning. So the game thinks that you have beat the tutorial or lost in it, which you shouldn't be able to lose the tutorial anyway, but it's a quick way that people figured out to just get straight past the tutorial. You don't have to skip all those cutscenes, and you can get right into doing the re-rolling. So we just have to wait for it to load up. Again, it's going to take a little bit longer than normal, strictly due to it being just installed and going forward with that. All right, guys, so here we go. It's going to start talking about the gacha settings. We're going to head in. It's going to let us summon. We're going to get 2 10 pulls in 1 reroll. So we're going to go ahead and do this 1 10 pull here. It's going to have a really awesome animation here that we get to see and look at and things like that, which is pretty neat. The guy goes in and rips it open. We're looking for red. That looks like it's blue. That's not the best. Things can change depending on the characters or the visions. I think it's a very cool summon animation, but we're really looking for red. Red is going to be our big king here. So I think it went to yellow right there, and we wanted to change to red. It did not. So that means we did not get any guaranteed. We didn't get a unit, and we didn't get any SSR units. So it's not a dud yet. As we can go ahead and click through all of these. These are your arcs, and again, if you've watched my beginner guide, these are all important, even these little ones. These are all going to teach your characters different abilities, different passives, sometimes the same as other arcs, but they all have different things. Like this arc, for example, teaches you a very strong wind skill at level 1, so you don't have to level another arc all the way down. This is a great one too. This is going to give you guys some great ice spells if you need them. So you're going to have to learn the different arcs and what they do. Actually, I've never seen this one before. These arcs are straight beautiful and amazing. This is another good one. Man, this account might be pretty good if we can get a good reroll in the second part. But essentially, when you guys are rolling, you're looking for a couple of good SSR arcs along with the character, or just a lot of SSR arcs. In my account that I kept 3 SSR arcs, as I believe the arcs are more important than the characters, and the characters will come later. So after that, it kind of teaches you about a couple of more things. It teaches you about going to your party menu, putting on your arc. So it's going to have us equip an arc, go back home, and then it's going to set us free on the game. You guys want to go ahead and let the daily animation play through, which I think is awesome. The main character comes in and breaks open your rewards for you, which is great. And then we're going to head into our gifts here after we get out of this menu. We're going to head into our gifts, and we're going to accept the 3,000 gems here. Now, of course, you guys can also accept these 300 here and the 100 as well if you'd like. There's no claim all button yet, at least not that I've seen, so that's how you have to do it. You're going to head over into the gacha, and you're going to choose between summoning on this banner or on this banner. Now, before we continue with the summon, I do want to show you guys the characters that I think are really great to keep if you reroll. This guy right here is going to be the best character in the game right now. Mages are extremely powerful, and this guy's top tier. Next up is going to be our tank here in King Grom. He's amazing. His ultimate heals. He has a lot of tankiness. He does some damage. He's really good as well. We have our top tier healer right here. If you end up getting her, that's a great choice to keep. I've heard he's very good at juggling, and his abilities is also pretty sweet looking. And then from there, it kind of tallies down. This is going to be the second best healer in the game, and so forth and so on. But those are going to be the units you're looking for if you want to keep rolling for units, when it comes to unit rerolls. Now, if you're looking for arcs, you're looking for the one that looks like an airship. You're looking for the one that looks like a worm, which is right here. And you're looking for one that looks like a ghost ship, like a ghost pirate ship. Those are going to be the 3 top tier SSR arcs. I actually got 3 of those in one of my rerolls before. So that's why I ended up keeping that roll instead of, going for a unit. So we're going to go ahead and go to the 3,000 roll. You guys can pick whichever one you want to go on. I would suggest this one because it has rate ups to the worm SSR arc. And we're going to let that play through. I'm not going to go ahead and watch that as we already know how that goes. Okay, we did get a red, which is great. We're going to skip all the way through that. And again, you don't have to be upset about getting all these arcs because they're just passives and different kinds of abilities for your units, like I said, to use. So you actually want to collect them all, to be honest, and level them up. You actually get some kind of premium currency as well when it comes to these, which is great when you level them up. So that's going to go to our trust measure. What do we end up getting? Okay, so an SSR, this is an arc. This isn't a bad one. This is actually a pretty good one, but it is not, top tier. So this is definitely going to be a reroll. We could obviously use our, our little gems to do a couple of, one summons if we wanted to. A couple of tiny summons, one-time summons. We're not going to worry about that right now. We are not keeping this account because it's just not good enough. But I am going to teach you how you would keep the account if you liked it. So we're looking at our SSR here. We get some abilities, things that are probably good as the SSR is, but it's not top tier, so we don't want it. Let's pretend we did want it. Let's pretend we rolled something amazing and we really want to keep it. So we go to the screen, we rolled 3 units and amazing SSRs. We're the luckiest person alive. You're going to go down here to the bottom right far corner. That's going to be your settings tab. You're going to click on that. And next, you're going to click on this little person's head. You're going to click on that, and you're going to click on the top option. you're going to save this. Consider this your username for your account. This is something you definitely need to save for later, and you need to keep, you know, on hand for any time that you may need to relog into another phone, another emulator, or just recover your account. Next, you're going to have to set a password. It needs to be all numbers, so it needs to be 8 numbers. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Look at this, dude. Look at my password. It's amazing. Nobody's ever going to guess this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you want to write that down. You want to save both of these. You're going to click OK, and now I have saved this account. Boom, got it. And if you ever forget your username, you can always click here and you can get it from here. But if you don't have access to your account, you're not going to have access to this username, so that's going to be a problem. So after that, you're going to go ahead and close out the game, and then you're going to reopen it. And I'm going to show you guys how you can log in, and then after this, I'll show you guys how to get really quick rerolls, because we didn't really like that account, but I wanted to show you, if you did like the account, how to save it. Let's get this thing back up and loaded. Let's see. You're guys going to go down to the menu screen down here. You guys are going to click on the phone, the second choice. You're going to click on the green option. You're going to type in your username and your password. Click OK, and that's going to log you into your account. This goes for your phone, your different emulators, another computer, anything you want to. That's going to get you guys back into your account. Again, the menu button, clicking on this phone, clicking the green, and logging in. That's the way you keep your account. All right, guys, to get in and delete the Last Cloudia files, to do this little speed run here, we need to have ES File Explorer on, or some kind of file explorer. I suggest ES File Explorer. You guys are going to click on that. You're going to open up the menu page. It's going to be right here. You guys are going to make sure that's rooted as well. We're going to get a root explorer. We're going to let that be on there. We're going to make sure that's turned on. It's going to ask you guys for permissions for super user. We're going to let that happen. Remember this choice forever. Allow that to be done. And then we're going to go into data. Okay, so sorry, I want to go back to the main screen. Let's see. How do I go back to the main screen? I'll go ahead and close this out so I can show you guys from the main screen. We're going to click up here in internal storage. We're going to click this little slash mark. We're going to click data. Then we're going to go to data again. We're going to find Last Cloudia, which is right here, Last Cloudia JP. We're going to go to the preferred file. Excuse me. Hold on one second. We're going to go back to this. We're going to click on that, get it up there. We're going to click delete. So we're going to hold on that. We're going to click delete. We're going to click OK. So now that's gone. So now we're just going to go right back into Last Cloudia, and it's going to be that easy. You're going to do that every single time you want to reroll on Last Cloudia. You just close the game if you don't like it and you think it's stupid. You're going to load up ES File Explorer. You're going to click the slash mark, data, Last Cloudia, shared preferred, delete that file, load back up Last Cloudia, and it'll get you right back into where you were. Here's where we are. Boom, click. Accept the terms of service. Name our account. Claic. Okay. Let that go through. And you'll notice that it did not ask us for the download. That's because it's already downloaded it. We won't have to sit through that download anymore. It's going to let this reroll be that much quicker and that much faster. So you guys are good to go. Let's see here. In the description below, I'll also leave links to tier lists that are on Ultima. Now, these are going to be in Japanese. You can have Google translate it, but you'll be able to see the pictures of the best arcs and things like that. So you can see the best arcs and the best characters. I'll have those in the description as well, so you can refer to that. I think this website's really good. You just have to deal with some bad translating that Google Chrome likes to do. So we go through this again. We have to go through the 3 different things here. We click back, we click red, we click red. The game over screen comes back up, like we said before. And everything's loading a bit quicker now because everything's already loaded once before. So we're getting through it even more quick. The game doesn't have to load anything or ask for permissions. Bam, right back to where we were, where we're going to do our first 10 pull. And bada bing, bada boom, repeat. I'm just going to do this just to show you guys this first 10 pull. See if it's any good. Maybe we can show some of those arcs off. We're going to skip this because we've already been through the animation. Any reds? All right, we got a red. Let's see what we get. Again, guys, if you're really confused about this video, go back and watch my beginner guide. It should explain a lot of this stuff and help you guys understand it a bit better. So you're not just sitting here, what are arcs? What are these? Why are these good? It'll make you understand it, you know, slightly better. Let's see. All right, so we got a unit. We got God Hunter Shin. Not the best unit. I think he's more on the upper end of units. He's not mid-tier, but he's a little bit above mid-tier. Not something I would keep when I was re-rolling, but maybe you really like him, and that's the unit you want to be messing around with. But that's it, guys. That's going to be how you re-roll on this account. Okay, we hate it, remember? So we don't like this roll. We didn't do our other roll, but let's say we didn't like it. We're going to click off of there. You can even have File Explorer ready to go. So we're in Last Cloudia here. We just need to go back to Data, Last Cloudia, shared and preferred folder. Oops, don't do what I do every time. You're going to hold on that, delete, and there you go. You guys get right back into re-rolling. It's pretty simple and amazing, and that way you can get the account you want. Hopefully this video helped you guys out with re-rolling and got you interested in the game. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're ready to play Last Cloudia. Join the Discord. We want to talk to you. We want to make a community. We want to have fun. And then subscribe for future Last Cloudia content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.